And know that this is one formula that gets asked on every test, so you need to memorize this. Put it on your flashcards. Memorize it while you're taking a shower, laminate that puppy and put it up on the wall. So these are some tips for solving the word problems after they get set up. Of course, you want to get all the like variables, so all the y's on one side, all the x's or the t's on the other. Then you're going to anti-differentiate both sides and make sure that you put c on one side. So c is only on one side, because keep in mind that if I have some function of y plus c on the left, and if I have some function of x with a constant on the right, I can get rid of c by subtracting, but remember, they're not necessarily the same constant, so I'll end up with y equals x, still plus some constant. That constant could be 0. They could in fact be the same value, but we don't know for sure that they are. And then you'll substitute in with your initial condition so that you can solve for c, and then after that you'll isolate your dependent variable, which is a good chance it's probably y. Alright, so let's look at one. So I have a function passing through 0, 10, so there's my initial condition, and I know the derivative, but I'd like to get all the y's on one side, and the other variable being t, I'd like to get on the other side. So if I move them, the y will be in the denominator, and the dt will be no longer in the denominator. And now I can take the antiderivative, aka I can integrate, and I'll get the natural log of absolute value of y on the left, and this is an arrow, not an equal sign. And on the right, I'll get 3/4 t, and we'll put the plus c over here because I really want to be able to isolate the dependent variable, which in this case is y, and I can tell because I was integrating with respect to t, so that's the independent variable. So, gonna need a superhero over here. What would you like on his shirt? An E! So if I make everything now an exponent, that will get that to cancel out. And then I'll have y equals e to the 3/4 t plus c. And remember, let's take a little ride, Patches. Ready? Whee! Patches likes that ride. So remember, I could split this as e to the 3/4 t times e to the c, but that's just another constant because I have a number raised to a constant value. So all of that just gives me a constant. So I have c e to the 3/4 t. And then I can plug in my initial condition, which was 10, 0. So now I'm going to have, running out of room, I'll have 10 equals c e to the 3/4 times 0. But of course that's going to end up equaling 1, which means c is 10. So now my final equation, bless you, so now my final equation is going to be y equals 10 e to the 3/4 t, aka f of x equals